and today they were not not very productive, offensively speaking. Offensively speaking. So I thought there was a lot of guys out there that played hard, but they did not. They offensively they did not play very smart. We didn't move the ball like we had been doing, particularly last weekend. We did not move the ball around, and we did not attack. We seem to be. I don't know what's the word to say. I know that's kind of like the lights are on, our families are here. Wow, that kind of thing. So it was good. I'm glad we got played a game like this, so they can see that defense can win games when our offense is failing. Our offense is failing us because we shot the ball poorly, very poorly, from the outside in particular. So, but anyway, I'm heartened by what I saw. Last weekend we played very good D also. At one point we were up on the school, on Abilene Christian, 31-14. This is in the first half, and we ended up beating them like 34-22, in the first half. So, and then the second half we scored the same amount of points, 34 if I'm not mistaken. So it was an offensive production of 68. I played everybody, wanted to play everybody tonight. Also wanted to play everybody about the kind of minutes I played them to show them that's where you are. You better pay attention. You can tell a young man that, hey, you're not playing as well as you need to be, and that's going to be the way it's going to affect you when we get on court. And they don't believe it until it happens. Then it happens, and they start they're either going to say I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm doing, or they're going to pick it up and get after it. Start listening better. So. Thought our defense was good. I was disappointed in how many offensive rebounds, or I guess some of these offensive rebounds are not their rebounds, but we let it go out of bounds or something of that nature. What do you call those? Dead ball rebounds?
Team rebound.
Team rebounds. They had a lot of team rebounds tonight, I thought. Where the ball went out of bounds and they get possession of it again. We got to do a better job than that, particularly since we're not a very big team this year. We're going to be 6'6", 6'6", 6'4" along the front line, starting wise. And we're going to have to play tougher and meaner than that if we're going to win the amount of games that I hope we can. But again, I think this team played very good defense. What they had, like 3 points at the 10-minute mark or something like that.
Yeah.
And this is a team that was down to Oral Roberts by 2 with 2.5 to go, and it was they lost to UTEP by 7. So I'm glad to win by 21. Anyway, any questions?
A lot of new guys out there, but of your starting 5, 4 of them are returning guys.
Right.
How important is it for those guys to kind of set the tone for the offense and your system?
Extremely important. I've told all of them, I brought them in and said, I need you to help me coach this year. You got to coach by example and by voice. So, for example, I didn't think O.J. Black played very well today. And somebody said, Coach, we don't have any assists. I said, we're not going to have any if nobody hits the shots. You got to have people who can hit shots. But I don't think we've got a very good performance from Bobby, OJ, and Caven, and those are my 3 main guys as far as guys coming back. I will give Malcolm McCray a lot of credit. He had a double-double this game, and he played very well last weekend too. So that's been a very encouraging thing for me to see Malcolm play so much better, than he has. He's kind of come over to he's kind of left the dark side and come on over to the light. He's listening better, hustling better, working better. So.
You've mentioned, with Amani Gant being gone, that interior presence is a big issue. Is McCray, he seemed to step up. Is he kind of going to do his best to fill that role?
Well, he will be. We, we're doing that position by committee. Maxwell Starwood and Eric Terry played some today, but we had a player out, Emmanuel King, who, until he got hurt, was competing with Malcolm for the starting spot. And then he has turf toe, which is, I guess, a sprained big toe. I don't know what it is, but it's something to do with the big toe. And he's been out 3 weeks. Plus, Emmanuel lost his father recently, and they buried him last Saturday. So he's kind of going through a lot between injury and the death of his father.
Nigel Pearson, he was the lone new guy, freshman in the starting lineup. Pretty good game, 14 points. You know, he had a few moments where he had some turnovers and aired a three-pointer and stuff. But what was your assessment of his first game?
Well, let me just say this about Nigel. Nigel, right now, I'm very encouraged by Nigel. He's probably the most promising freshman, him and Caven, that we brought in here. And, you know, I thought he turned it over, like you said, too much, and maybe he was trying too hard. But he's a great kid. He's a very intelligent kid, picks things up quickly, plays hard every day, competes. I just really think that if he can keep his turnovers to a minimum and maybe just play a little bit better in terms of passing and that kind of stuff, he's going to be a starter for me probably the rest of the year. And he's earned it. He really has in practice. He's earned it. Whatever team I put him on, they usually win because he's a very energetic and energy player.